Hi everybody, I'm back with another video. It's been since June 24th since I did the last video update. And for those employees that are new that didn't get the pleasure of receiving our daily or regular videos on the YouTube channel, this is a process we started back on March 22nd when we were really into the thick of lockdown and starting to find a way to communicate effectively across multiple shifts and those folks working from home. And from March through April, I put a video out 7 days a week. April and May, it was 5 days a week, and then we kind of tailed off as we started bringing people back and as we found other ways to communicate. But where we are today, the executive team felt it was time to start putting some videos together again. I'm not looking to do one every day at this point, but certainly on a more frequent basis, especially as the conditions in the state and around the country and around the world start to change again. I continue to stay very involved at the state level and participating in calls, so I get a little bit of an inside track in some of the things. And so feel free to ask me any questions you have. Send me an email, shoot me a text. I'll see what I can answer. But look, at the end of the day right now, what I'm hearing, and what you're all hearing and seeing, is that the levels are going up. The governor at this point, he's talked about further shutdowns, but his desire is to not have to force shutdowns and lockdowns again. He's going to continue to put restrictions on certain things, times and capacity and things like that. But he's leaving it right now up for everybody to be diligent and make the right decisions. And I think that's really the main focus here that I want to put out in this video. We continue to be on the forefront of the pandemic. I continue to get asked to participate in webinars and panel discussions and podcasts. And the thing I continue to hear is that Habco is well on the leading edge of this, whether it was our temperature scanning kiosks or initial protocols, the zones, the gloves, the masks, everything we did, our testing, now the air quality monitors. We continue to get a lot of great feedback, but the reality of it is we can only control what we can control. We can't control what happens outside of our world. We can't control what happens to the people that we spend our time with. So the executive team, right now, we are not looking to force everybody back out of the building and back working from home. We have gained some tremendous efficiencies by bringing people back together, certainly in the different zones, and having the multiple shifts has allowed us to have good continuity of operations and to continue to try to get a flow of product out to our customers. The biggest thing that we're asking right now is extra vigilance, extra diligence in our processes. Sometimes I continue to still see some people with their masks down or not having gloves on when we're supposed to. I really can't implore us enough to stay super diligent now. We've done so well for so long, and I don't want to see a flare-up or outbreak here. We are ramping up our testing. As you know, and as I've communicated in the all-hands meetings, the reasons why we've been testing has been more specific, and now we're starting to do random just to make sure that there is an exposure that gets to the facility. So we're going to be doing random tests on a weekly basis, and I think that's another big thing that will help us. The air quality monitors, I'm super excited about. The cleaner our air, the less likely COVID is to live. And right now, Steve Bennett and the team has done an amazing job of dialing our air in, and we're trying some different things. Companies, they're hearing about what we're doing, and they're giving us products to demo to see how their products work. And our levels are doing very well, and we continue to focus on that. The other things that we're going to start to look to do right now is limit who we allow in the building. We've gotten lax with allowing more suppliers and customers and visitors to come through. We made the decision that we're going to start to clamp down on that a bit more. We are going to make sure we're holding people accountable. If we see anybody leaving the zone without the proper protocols, without the proper approvals, there will be disciplinary action. We just can't afford to have any bit of backslide here in what we've got going on. I'll try to get a video out with the executive team on a weekly basis, or anytime I hear some things on the outside that might be relevant to what we're doing. And right now, the real message I want to get out, I know some folks are taking tomorrow off or taking the next week off as we go into Thanksgiving. For me, the holidays have always been a very important time in my life, family-wise. And I know a lot of people are trying to make the decisions of, do we be alone? Do we go out? Do we have under 10 people, which is the state guidance? Do we have over 10 people? I continue to network and hear a lot of people at this point say, you know what, I'm tired of living my life under a shell. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to let happen whatever's going to happen. And so my message to you is just be smart. If you made the decision that you need to leave the state to go travel for a long weekend, be smart. Follow the state protocols. Get tested before you go. Get tested on your way back. Make sure you're doing the right things. I know for me, we really struggle with Thanksgiving. So we have elected to have some family at the house, a very limited amount of family, just my immediate family, my parents and my siblings, my families. But I'm mandating that they all get tested and arrive with a negative test in hand to show that they're negative. And so I think you could do things like that give us some flexibility, but that give you comfort. And surprisingly, not one person that I asked in the family pushed back. They all said, you know what, that's a great idea, Brian. We want to be together, but let's make sure we're not jeopardizing mom and dad or each other. So just be smart, make good decisions, continue to be diligent. At the end of the day, I can't believe it's been as long as it has been, and we are as normal in these processes as we have been. We continue to be benchmarked. There's just so many good things that are going on in our Habco world, and there's great opportunities we have in front of us. But we're one bad decision away, or one outbreak away from having a different situation. So please be smart, be diligent, be safe. Send that same message to your families and your friends. And if there are certain topics that you want to hear a bit about from me, we'll still do some of those all hands that we've done in the past with the social distance and zones and different things like that across the shifts. But if there are topics you want me to make sure I'm updating you about, or other members of the executive team, feel free to let me know. Shoot me a text, shoot me an email. So have a great day, have a great weekend if you're not in the facility, or if I'm not going to see you, and certainly have a great Thanksgiving. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for what you do. Thank your families for the patience that everybody's having with the protocols and the unfortunate decisions we've had to make with some of the things internal. The executive team is talking aggressively on our plans for 2021 and what we're going to be doing, and we'll be rolling some of those communications out over the next month. So again, happy Thanksgiving. Even though we've got a pandemic and there's a lot of frustration out there, we do have a lot to be thankful for. And I'm thankful for you and for your families, and for everything that this company does for each other. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.